All right, welcome to I'm Loving Life podcast with A&T Mechanical, Heating, Air, and Plumbing. And we don't. Oh yeah, we do have 10. Never mind. Anyway, welcome Malcolm. He's here from Winnelson. He's a stud. So what's up?
What's up? How's it going, fellas?
Are you excited about this?
Amazing. I'm rocking the new T-shirts right now.
The swag that we got.
Yes.
Let's go.
What does this mean? The acronym up here?
You see that? Central Oklahoma Winnelson.
Okay. I was thinking it said CAL, but I knew that that's a good play on. I like that.
That's our brand.
CAL.
How long have you worked with Winnelson?
Going on 5.5 years.
So were you with them when they're together and then they broke apart, or is it like Win Supplies?
No, they've always been separate.
They've always been separate.
Yeah.
See, this is.
Are they like
sister
sister companies? Because we've been talking about this recently. So
kind of. They have Win Supply as a parent company. They're the name that helps us with purchasing power, and each store has their own presidents, their own chain of command, their own products, their own pricing, everything like that. So every store is individually owned and different.
Oh,
and how did you get with them?
Actually,
how was it like? Okay, 5 years. This is it.
I was a plumber out in the field, and I was in there one day, and this old man plumber walked in, just broken and could barely stand up, couldn't walk very well, and it just kind of clicked. It's like, I don't want to be that.
Really? Yeah. That's when you knew?
Yeah. And so I happened to be going to a Navy class not long after that Central put on, and so I emailed Keith and like, hey, I love plumbing. I want to stay in plumbing, but I want to get out before my body makes me.
Mm-hmm. And you did.
And I did. And he said, well, let's talk.
So you ran your own company, or you worked for someone?
I worked for somebody. I had opportunities, but I never wanted to run my own company. Were you
you're a journeyman, commercial, residential?
Mainly residential service.
Yeah.
Right before I got out.
We're hiring. Just kidding.
Yeah, last time I went up there, I saw the board that you guys have up there, and there's so many like help wanted ads. It was insane.
And it doesn't matter if it's service, new construction, commercial, residential, industrial.
Everybody's looking.
I talked to a guy with the union today, and he said there's nobody sitting at the union. They need help too. So it's across the board.
Really?
Yeah.
So how do you? Okay. I'm gonna throw a curveball. I'm not talking only about you. How do you think you can differentiate yourself from a different one? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're the best because we're A&T,
as a company, if you're trying to hire
have you ever seen that?
At this point, it's got to be benefits, not necessarily like health and vision benefits, but the benefits of working for said company, because you can go anywhere and get paid.
Yeah.
And everywhere is hiring. So you can go anywhere to get the money. And it's that extra little something.
Do you think people are more searching for the meaning, like the why behind it? Or do they want to just like be in a culture of something? Or
I think it's more of a culture.
Yeah.
Whatever that culture is for that person, whether that culture is all about money, whether that culture is learning and growing, whether it's being part of a team. It all depends on that person. But I definitely think it's more culture and what they're looking for.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that different people have, based on their age or whatever, where they're at in their journey, that there's different cultures that they need to tap into for a specific, period of time? Like they could be on the money side maybe when they're younger, and then they transition like, maybe I want to just learn more, and transition to that, and they're like, well, maybe I just want like a really good family,
job.
What is that? Have you thought about that?
I think in any industry, you kind of have those stepping stones, I guess, for lack of a better term. Like you said, when you're younger, it's, I'll work 24/7. I'm hungry. I want the money type of thing.
Right.
And as you get older, you get a family. It's like, well, I need a little more time off. So I'll make more hourly or salary, whatever, but I want my weekends off, or I need to be off by, this time to go to kids soccer or football or baseball or whatever. Yeah. And then as you get older, it's like, I can't physically do it as like I used to. So I need to make more, but be more of a sounding board for the younger generation, help them get through the tough stuff with my knowledge and my wisdom and my experience that I've done.
Well, I mean, it's not just heat and air company. I mean, you have a good company. Winnelson is a good culture.
Right.
I mean, this guy got us in a lot of trouble saying how beautiful your shop was.
Oh my goodness! Like, hey, that's the reality.
It's true.
This is me walking in, like, never really been in supply houses, and it's just an observation I made. Like, they're very intentional and they do a great job. Like,
absolutely. And it's something that we strive for, and something that is preached weekly. If it starts getting slack where the counter guards aren't saying, hey, welcome in, or hey, Joseph, or hey, Tim, or whatever, it's said, hey, you guys need to pick it up because we've noticed this hasn't been getting done. That's what we are. So get on it.
Isn't that crazy? Because, like, it doesn't matter. Like, if you're like, we're a culture, we have a culture that we want you to embrace, but it's not just like the blue collar side of it. It's the supply house. It's the Amazons, it's whoever are trying to get people and try to build that culture, and whoever does it the best really kind of paves the way, I think. Like Chick-fil-A, I mean,
right?
They paved the way. Like, you say thank you.
Yep, absolutely.
And that they're what is
pleasure.
it? My pleasure. My pleasure. So it's like on instinct, they built that culture, and everybody wants to go there. When they're when they're 16, it's like that. Well, for Winnelson, You've built that culture. Like, I think you're the first one that told us, like, you had a hot shot.
Right.
What a hot shot means to everybody else is like, hey, I got a hot water tank that busted. You call you up, and they come, they drop it off, and if you want them to, they'll take the hot water tank off for you. It doesn't bother us either way. But reality is, I think that was like something that was new to us when we started doing plumbing. It was like, oh, I don't have to go to the supply house to grab this and then get over, depending on the time. So it helps everything. Right. So, I mean, y'all hands down do really well.
That's what it's about. That's what we strive for, is to be a presence in the trades, right? That people can remember and like, oh, I need this. Let's go there.
So you've done plumbing forever.
Wow.
And now you're doing this heat and air stuff.
I'm trying.
You're scratching the surface.
I wouldn't say I'm doing. But
I know you do it, which is great. How do you think that's going to change the culture for Winnelson in general? Because just let everyone know, Winnelson just a plumbing, right? And now they've started doing the HVAC side.
Right. Yeah.
So this is like very new.
Yes.
Very, very new.
Yeah. What was it called? Like Bull Box or something? What was it called?
Oxbox?
Oxbox is the brand.
Okay.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with Winnelson and Cal or anything.
No,
like that.
just
but it's like a train.
What product you produce.
It's a train product, though, right? Okay.
Yeah. It's a train spin-off brand, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's their sister company.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I think it will do wonders for the heat and air industry.
Okay.
Because the feedback that I've gotten from other companies about the supply houses is that it's, hey, I wish there was a heat and air store like that was ran like you guys.
Right.
I wish there was a supply house that would be as catering, I guess is lack of a better term.
No, it's
to the techs and to the installers like you guys are for the plumbers.
Right.
And so I think that verbiage got said enough that it finally sank in. It was like, why the hell not?
So did you have part in that at all?
No. I wish.
I thought you had some credit for that, man. No,
I'm not going to take credit where I didn't deserve it. So
I know, but at least you know the expectation that those companies, heat and air companies, want for that side. So if you can hit that, then you're going to do quite well for sure.
I have a question. Like on the location off of 10th Street, how many people actually work there? Because it always seemed like, I was like, the more times I go in there, when I'm looking through, I was like, oh, there's a room next to that one, next to that one. Like, oh my gosh, how many people are here?
I mean, the good answer is never enough. But I think at any given time, there's anywhere between 48 and 55 people.
Okay.
Yours is on the second floor window, right?
You got the corner office, right?
Yeah. No, I'm back in the corner under the stairs. It's a tiny little office that
you don't sit at.
But you're mainly in the warehouse, like grabbing stuff for people, right?
No, I'm usually in there.
Okay.
24 hours a day.
Okay.
It seems like.
Well,
sometimes.
thanks for breaking out to come
you're
talk to
welcome.
us,
You're
man.
welcome.
Like, let's go.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
And we got swag today.
Yeah.
Best day ever.
Well, I'm very particular about shirts too, but the material is on point, so
It
I
is.
love this shirt.
Yeah,
So
she
thank
did
you.
Phenomenal picking those out. They're comfy.
So I know you did Winnelson Plumbing. Like, so you have 2 kids,
I have 3.
3 kids.
I have 3.
You want to shout out their names?
Lily, Avery, and Titus.
Say what's up? Yeah.
What's happening,
Hey.
How old are
Yeah.
they?
Lily, she will turn 20 next week. Yeah, I think next Friday, the 23rd.
And you're only like 35,
How do you have a
bro?
20-year-old, sir?
37. I was 17.
Okay.
Oh.
For any high school kids that are listening, I don't advise that. Don't have a kid in high school.
You did well. You made well of yourself.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it was not easy by any stretch.
Okay. So next year you can go have maybe some drinks with her when she turns
I
age.
definitely will.
Okay. Good. Okay.
Yes.
And
And then Avery she'll be 19 in April. So they were back to back. They're 14 months apart. So,
okay.
Yeah,
You went for it.
I did. Like, might as
You
well.
will, yeah.
I already screwed up this bad.
You didn't screw up bad.
It sure felt like it at the time.
Yeah, I
when
bet.
you're
That's
17.
hard.
Yeah, oof, that was rough.
So 19 and
And then Titus, he's 14. So
14.
He's my stepson. My wife
okay.
was previously married, just like
What's her name?
My wife, Crystal. She's
Crystal.
the best.
I know.
She's awesome.
She puts up with you, so she's got to be
Absolutely.
great.
She takes care of me and gets to deal with me.
Hey, that's a pleasure right there.
Absolutely. I think so.
Awesome. Okay.
So this podcast has kind of been your Sunday morning routine, from what I hear.
Yeah,
Is that right?
pretty
Kind of
much.
good.
It's-
Okay.
If we're busy or we're doing something else, most of the time Sunday mornings, get up, make breakfast for. It used to be the family. Now it's just 2 or 3 of us.
Oh,
But that's
they'll come
a
back
tough-
for Sunday breakfast.
better. But so now, if I miss it on Sundays, I usually listen to it Monday mornings in the office.
How's it kind of been, like, the progression, right? Thanks for sticking with us this long. Can't
No
believe.
joke.
But I just look back and think, like, how we started and stuff, and even knowing then, like, okay, we're going to run through speed bumps. But then you kind of think back farther, like, golly, that was so cringy. How are people staying with us? You
No
know,
joke.
like,
I'm glad at least we got one.
yeah, we
Yeah,
got nothing.
right.
I know
so-
my mom's the other one, so
Okay.
we got at least
So we
2
got-
right
I'm in
now.
there
So
with
that's a
Mom.
Well,
positive.
I haven't
Yes.
told Joseph any numbers because I told him, hey, we're not looking at numbers till we get to 100 episodes. Like,
See,
That's good. That's good.
so we're not paying attention to that. That's not what it's
hurts.
about. So we can
Yeah.
polish
I just like
ourselves.
to like milestones, but I'm gonna
talk about that later.
Milestone is episode 100.
Okay.
There you go.
There you go. That's where it all
It's a
starts.
long ways.
We'll hit it this year.
Yeah.
Well, numbers on it.
So, do you think it's gotten better since we've
Yeah,
added
definitely.
guests and stuff?
The guest,
Especially you. I mean, you're like,
Well, yeah, this will be the best one.
I know, prime time. This one's gonna go viral.
Number 27.
Viral.
Here we go.
No, it definitely got better because it was added a different dynamic, another dynamic to it.
Yeah.
So that was better, but it's gotten better. The flow's gotten.
It's hard.
Better.
It's hard knowing what to like. I've never done a podcast in my life until now, and my dad's like, "You're doing a podcast."
This was your dad's idea?
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
He's like came in. He's like, "I want a podcast." And we're like, "Oh." Tim's like, "I had that on a shelf that was way up here."
I didn't.
But
That was the unattainable shelf on top.
exactly. It's like, and Tim's like, "Okay, well, this is what I need." My dad's like, "Here you go, go
Yeah.
do it."
Yeah.
No, it was crazy.
That's awesome.
Definitely probably one. That's my second most stressed out time that I've experienced here for sure.
Getting all
'cause-
this set up.
Well, because I
Or-
know, well, yeah, just because you know how Jesse is and everything. Like, I wanted to make sure like it was awesome. Like, I didn't want to, even though it was rough, kind of getting going, but I didn't want to be like really, really, really bad. You know what I mean? Like, just trying to make it as best as possible.
So
I think it's been good from the get go. I'm not a big podcast guy. I'm not a big TikTok or social media. guy
No
at
way,
all.
no way.
Shocker, I know, but I think it's been good. I mean, I listened to 2 podcasts.
Hey, at least we're on the top 2.
Yeah.
Top 2, baby.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it's very interesting because the way it's evolving and
Well, probably the first 6 episodes, like we'd do it, record it right, and then Jesse and Jessica would listen to it, and then we get his feedback time.
it was drilled. Like,
Yeah.
how big of a piece of paper do we have to have?
Like, it was very intense conversation. Like, the beginning of
Really?
this,
Oh, yeah.
very intense conversations. Yes.
Yeah, because you didn't know, like, We want to be loving life. Like everybody can enjoy it. We want to know like what fills you up, that kind of stuff. But reality is like we didn't really know because he had a plan. We had a plan, and then we had to make a new plan.
Yeah, we had to blend those.
Yeah, so
together.
we're just going with it and hoping everything.
Yeah, definitely one of the many times I've seen where Jesse's gotten really fired up about something was about this podcast. Like he got really fired up about this podcast. So
that is awesome. I would not have expected that.
But you got to understand, like my dad's ready to push the envelope every single time. Every single time he's like, all right, we're doing this. Like,
that's great.
I remember we walked out of the conference room. My sister's like, are y'all okay? Like, I was like, yeah, we're hashing it out. Like, we were figuring it out in there. Like, and we're good. We're good. You know, it's a lot of intense conversations. Like, that's all it was. But
wow.
So what fills you up other than Sunday morning breakfast then?
You know, I'm at that point.
And seeing my pretty face.
Well, yeah, absolutely that. But I'm at that point now because I have kids who have moved out, who are
self-contained,
creating their own lives, and their own personalities, and their own persons. And so it used to be all family, and that's what I lived and breathed for. And so now I'm at that point where I'm having to transition into what fills me up.
Right.
You know, it's not so much who am I doing this for as doing it for me now. So
you have a different why.
I do, and it's more not so much family as included in kids as it is family, me and my wife, because I mean, let's face it, our wives is who we have to spend the rest of our lives with.
Right.
So we love to travel. Even if it's just, hey, let's just go for a drive, and we'll get in the car and pick a direction, and we'll end up in the middle of nowhere down a dirt road, and it's like, all right, left or right.
No way.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll just throw the dogs in the vehicle with us and just go for a drive.
What? That's some old man stuff right there. That's like
cruising.
Hey, let's do some Sunday driving.
Absolutely. That is me in a nutshell. That is me in a nutshell.
Get the puppies.
He's got a Model T. Model T.
That would be awesome.
Oh yeah. That's great
funny.
though.
Yeah, and
that's a ride or die right there for sure.
There's been a couple times where it's like we might get stuck, and it'll be all right. We'll figure it out.
Is that company gas or your gas?
My gas.
Okay.
My gas.
You got that Winnelson?
Yes.
All right, cool.
But besides that, we travel. We went one spring break. We went down to Fredericksburg, Texas, and spent a week. We went out to the Grand Canyon, spent a week. We went up to Rhode Island. We just going around and traveling.
So are you like souvenirs? Like go get some cups. Like I like bring like coffee mugs back. Right. Just so I can, if I, in the Sunday morning have a cup.
Our family thing is magnets.
Magnets.
Yep.
Okay.
So we've got magnets covering our fridge from everywhere. Even if it's a layover in San Francisco.
No way.
Yep.
That didn't count if it's a layover.
I don't think so, but my kids.
But you went back, maybe.
Well, my kids think it does count. So
okay, fair enough.
In our family, it doesn't count because, like, on the way back to the States from the Philippines, we would either stop in Singapore, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Tokyo. So I could say, "Oh, I've been to all these places." I haven't.
I've been to the airport.
I've been to the airport. Yeah. It doesn't count.
An airport's an airport. An airport.
Yeah.
There's some really good airports, though.
There are. There's some really bad ones.
There's really, really bad.
Moscow is probably the worst airport I've ever been in.
Really?
Yes. I was super excited to go to Russia, but the Moscow airport was terrible. It smelled like cigarettes everywhere. Like
that makes sense.
It was awful. But the where you wait for your flight, it wasn't big enough, and so people were just crowded in there. I was like, are we treated like cattle? Like, what's going on here? Like,
I'm gonna do some Tim math. Was that in the 80s?
Yeah, 2015, sir. Okay, golly,
it was close.
Man, I really exposed myself on this one. We're editing that part out. Edit. Like, this is gonna happen. I cannot look like that. No, so I have a question. So over here, we like to we play nice with everybody. Really try to be friends with everybody. What do you think? So you have obviously competitors, right? But how do you kind of feel about it with how you kind of work with competition, or what do you kind of do to kind of separate yourself? I know. I know you have the warehouse. Everything's clean. But what is something that you would pitch usually whenever you're trying to come in and get some more business?
Service. That's that's what Central has built itself on, is service. And if you, for some reason, don't know about our service, ask any other plumber you know. And that's what we are. That's what we built everything around. That's what Keith, the president, has grown it from, is service. 100% service. Whether it's, hey, I missed this 1-inch PVC 90. I need that. All right, let me shoot it out to you. You know, we're spending more on gas getting it to you than you're paying. But it's the service. That's what we'll do it. Absolutely. You know, or, hey, we've got this big job. We got everything. Oh, crap, we missed this one thing. Okay, well, that's my fault. I'll take care of it. Let's hash it out. Let's figure out what you need, how quick I can get it. I'll take care of it. It's service.
Well, last year, I mean, I would be like, hey, not a plumber, but I need a hot water tank with all the fixings. You're like, yep, here you go.
Here you go. This is what you need.
This is what you need.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we do that all the time. And we have companies that, like you guys, that are dual traded.
Yeah.
And they'll have a heat and air guy like, hey, we're so slammed. I'm doing this.
Don't say that too loud.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
That would never happen.
No.
Never a heat and air guy would put in a hot water tank.
Electrician, like, hey, I'm putting in an electric water heater. What do I need? Well, you got the power covered, so
I'll tell you the rest.
of it. Yeah. Send me a picture of what you got, and I'll give you a list.
Sure.
Yeah.
So,
do you ever have like non-trade people go into the store?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we have homeowners come in all the time.
Okay.
How do you do with that? Thank you for coming.
We have a great counter, and they handle it. Generally,
it's amazing to see you.
Yeah, and it's usually
here's A&T's number.
Yeah, here you go.
Well, we don't ever give customers out like that, but it's more, hey, here's how you can do it yourself type of thing. That's usually why they come in. And most of the time, it's either a water heater part or an outside faucet.
Yeah.
Like we'll have old gentlemen's come in and they'll have the stem pulled out of there, bringing it back. I need this. Well, sir, they haven't made that since the 70s, so
let's see if we can find a rubber.
let's get this fixed. Yeah. You know, and we have...
It is a little rubber gasket on the back.
There is.
That is what it is.
Yep.
Most of the time.
I agree.
Most of the time.
Okay, what else could it be?
It could be split.
Well, I'm just saying. But if they're taking the stem out, mainly you're looking at the...
But mainly, yeah.
I know a little bit of plumbing.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, but we have, I think, 4 licensed plumbers on staff.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I ain't counting you.
Well, I was
Are you the 4th one?
I would be the 4th one. I would be the 3rd.
So that kind of helps out with the code
you.
side, like
Absolutely. We
local
get
work.
questions all the time.
Gotcha.
Like, hey, can I do this? Well, can you or should you? So yeah, we get those questions all the time.
Gotcha.
Isn't it awesome to be in a trade that, like, if you understand plumbing or HVAC or whatever, it can help you everywhere.
Yes.
Every single second, like, especially when you own a house, it's even better. But reality is, like, your kids are going to have a house, right?
Absolutely.
Then you'll be able to help them. You don't have to, you know, hey, can I call in that favor, Joseph? You know, I need that family discount. So that's what's
Absolutely.
really awesome.
And that's in all of my kids, even my stepson. He's been in my life since he was 2.
Right.
So he's my son.
Yeah.
And all 3 of them, my girls and him, I have taught, hey, this is how you fix a toilet. Hey, this is how you change out a P-trap. This is how you clean out a P-trap.
There you go.
There's been multiple times where my oldest daughter, Lily, has gotten in trouble or grounded for grades or for going somewhere she wasn't supposed to be and getting caught. And
No way.
Absolutely.
Not your kids.
Oh, no, absolutely. Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't see that on you.
It's just
You
the stuff
like,
they get caught for. So, but like, all right, well, I got the side job I'm going to go do. I'm going to go clean out the drain. Come on. And I did not clean out the drain. I made her.
hey,
Like,
by
Dad,
the way,
this is gross. Like, yeah, I know.
it could be a lot worse. I've dealt with more.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? Get some gloves on, pick that up, and throw it away. Ooh. One of us has to, and you're here because you're in trouble. So it's, I've showed them how to do basic stuff.
Yeah.
And every time I show them, like, you know, you just saved yourself $200. You just saved yourself $500
Yeah.
of calling somebody out.
Right.
So you're welcome.
Yeah. Because you're going to use it.
Yeah.
So do you think both all your kids are going to stay in state? Are they going to college?
My oldest is going to OCCC for getting her basics out of the way.
Okay.
She wants to be a pharmacist.
Okay.
So after she gets done with
Wow,
that,
that's a good.
yeah,
That's good.
So after she gets done with that, she's planning on going to Southwestern in Weatherford.
Okay.
Avery, my youngest daughter, my middle one, she's in the Air Force.
Oh.
So she is on her way back as we speak home
Oh, that's awesome.
until the 2nd of March, and then she flies to Germany for 3 years. So
What does that do to you?
it hurts. It hits in the feels.
Wow.
But I took her to the recruiter, and he asked, "Where do you want to go?" And she said, "Anywhere but the States." And he said, "Okay, good."
Oh, wow.
So that was her going in. That was her plan. She wanted to travel. She wanted to go see the world and visit other countries and cultures and see all that. So
Was Germany in her top 3?
yeah,
Okay. Because I always hear, like, they get asked the top 3 and then they get sent to, like, somewhere that wasn't even on the list or whatever.
She's going medical too. So apparently,
Oh, wow.
Apparently, most of the medical.
So she's a
Is in
stud.
Germany.
yeah. She wants to be a PA. So
That's where they medevac, like, wounded soldiers and stuff to
Apparently,
Germany, right?
It's Ramstein.
Yeah.
It's a massive base, apparently. So a lot of the medical crew people go there, at least for a time.
Say if that doesn't fill you up,
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
man, that's awesome.
Super cool.
It was a good feeling, but at the same time, it was,
It's your baby.
yeah, it's my baby, but I've always been, this is your guys' life. I can't make your decisions for you.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's really awesome.
Yeah. That's cool.
Well, I have to say, at the end of the day, thank you for coming. I think you're amazing. Thank you for being part of our team, part of our partner in A&T Mechanical. So
you're welcome.
Thanks for being
you guys
here.
having me. This is
All
fun.
right.
We appreciate you.
Thank you. Love and life.